Looks like they're going to be kept waiting here in this wonderful atmosphere that is heavily charged in favour of the blue and golds, but you can see behind in the stands plenty of red and black, and there he is in Canterbury, number 4. They call him God Blackadder, but here's the man they've renamed the stadium, the House of Tane Randall, who's leading out the Otago Highlanders, and what a reception they're getting. There they are, the Otago Highlanders, led by Tane Randall, wearing number 6. 9 wins and 3 losses to make this final. 9 All Blacks selected just this week, plus 1 more in the New Zealand A team, the Otago Highlanders. The colours of both teams in this wonderful All South Island final, heading skywards. And just look at this. There's tension in the ground and on the faces of these young men, these backlers who will play for the Super 12 glory this afternoon. But in the crowd, I've never seen such excitement and expectation and optimism from the supporters of both teams. And here's the man in the middle of it all the way from South Africa, Andre Watson, South Africa's top referee, to control this afternoon. So it's an all South Island, all New Zealand Super 12 final. The defending champions Canterbury in the red and black against the top-rated qualifiers after the semi-finals, the Otago Highlanders in the blue and gold and maroon. One world of sport with you. And the man who's first away for the red and blacks of the Crusaders, the captain, Blackadder. There's Marshall, all the heroes. It's a little bit slippery around the cricket pitch area, and you saw Andrew Mertens take a dive. Here's Randall. Back in Highlanders territory, Byron Callagher back to the security of Jeff Wilson, and he's kicked it to his opposite number, Leon McDonald. Brian Lima is going back 5 metres out. And away it goes into the atmosphere. Brian Lima marking up against his Samoan teammate Afatu So'oalo on the wing. As we go to John Macbeth on the sideline. John, the old movie said a few months ago, let's kick the tyres and light the fires. What's it like down there?
Well, we don't need fires. It's been very pleasant. It's a bit cooler than it has been over the last 3 or 4 days in Dunedin. You mentioned a bit of a slippery patch there in the cricket area, but that's not too bad at all. I think the main problem for the players is going to be hearing each other. The noise is deafening.
Reuben Thorne goes high to Marshall to Mertens. A bit of a tip from somebody's hand. Referee Watson has spotted it.
Advantage. Last feet, fellas.
Sitola Maka, number 8, with such a lot to play for. Case Muse runs in to Greg Feet, number 1. And Callagher again, high to an aggressive attacking kick by Brown. It went to land, not to hand. Halfway line. No one. Marshall, Mertens, again, not the big driving kick, but safe to Jeff Wilson. Again, not finding touch. Again, he finds his opposite number instead, Leon McDonald. Coming for number 9 on the right, Marshall. Away to Berryman for the first time with the red headgear. Caleb Ralph, halfway line. Berryman, a bouncer. Randall, Wilson. This is incredible. No one wants to kick it out. Mertz is back. Surridge took his hands away from it. And there's Angus Gardner over the sideline. 3 minutes of play gone. Helter-skelter. The fans are loving it already, and I know former All Black background, Fox. You just love this environment.
Yeah, I think it's great, but a nervous start to a degree from both teams. It's still a feeling out period, the odd mistake, but this game, I believe, in the next few minutes will begin to settle into some sort of pattern.
Yes, it's got to be fierce, but they've got to stay focused. Alatini on to McDonald, a fair catch.
Go back. Put in.
Well, that was a good kick by Tony Brown, maybe only 1 yard too far, and courageous from Leon McDonald, who hasn't found touch. And I think sides at the moment are deliberately not trying to find touch. They do not want to kick the ball out and concede the throw.
We've only had one line out, no scrums so far.
Tony Brown.
Number 4. He's coming in from the side. And shoulder.
That's the first penalty, I think, isn't it?
Against
the side.
the captain. Against Blackadder.
We'll go all the way back for the penalty. And I think this might be a little bit too far for Tony Brown.
Yes, I think Randall... Oh, no, the signal
signals.
is... Yes. I thought Randall pointed to the touch, but Brown said, I'll have a nudge at this.
What about the breeze, John? Is there anything that's helping Tony Brown?
It's coming, more or less, I thought, straight across at him. So looking at the flags away to my right, he's driving almost straight into the breeze.
Yeah, well, he'll be a bit charged too. The adrenaline will be going. That's 276 Super 12 points all up. But Tony Brown this year is 5th on the point scorers list with 102 leading into this game.
You see, that breeze is quite strong, even at ground level, I think. That's how it feels. But it's a good sider for him anyway, Grant.
Oh, that was a wonderful effort by Tony Brown. It just crept underneath the crossbar. High reply by Andrew Mertens. Jeff Wilson playing at fullback. High and wide. Mertens in tremendous position already. Taken about 3 kicks in different parts of the field.
Well, that's out.
And that's one from Tony Brown out on the full.
Well, he read the play well initially, did Tony Brown, expecting Andrew Mertens to kick it long down the touchline. But that was really quite a nervous stab at the ball because he missed the touchline by quite some distance.
So now the second line out of the match. There's Norm Maxwell on the back, new All Black. Up against Blakey.
And Timmins hooked it with his hand off the Canterbury throw. Alatini, new All Black. Maka, who missed out on selection. And will try to shine today. The selectors are sitting in the stands. He'll try to prove them wrong. Again, inside the 22. McDonald in control here.
I don't think he touched it.
Wilson at halfway. Puts on the gas. Laney. 10 metres out. Brown. Kronfeld for the first time.
Get on your feet. Right up. Get out of it. Right up. No, don't go.
This is very close.
Well, this is brilliant initially by Jeff Wilson. State Insurance replay. Sees the hole, accelerates. Andrew Mertens was superb on defence. He challenged Wilson to have him on. Wilson took the bait. The try broke down there that I felt should have been scored. But ball retention as usual by the Highlanders, very good. No backs available for Tony Brown. Just Randall on the wing. Kronfeld takes it into the setup. An infringement by the Crusaders. So this is an easy 3 points for Tony Brown.
Yes, I thought one more pass to the left after Laney would have seen the goal line there for the Highlanders.
And this one is a throw over for Tony Brown. And the Highlanders kick off the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, it's been a sensational start. It's been exciting. As Grant Fox has mentioned, they're still waiting to settle down a wee bit. But we see what the story is. Keep it in the field of play. 3-0 to the Highlanders.
Somerville is number 3. He grabs Wilson. 22 line there. And there's McDonald, busy back. Mertens. What wonderful players we've got on the field. It's the best of the current form of New Zealand rugby, of course, these two teams. Well, this might give us a chance to see what Mertens feels about the wind and the chances for kicking for goal today.
Get up. There's your right.
Well, the Crusaders seem to be playing a sort of full-back game because McDonald and Mertens are staying back, and that was the interplay between them that led to the Mertens chip kick. And either Lima or Tane Randall was penalised here. Pretty hard to see really what was going on in there, but Andrew Mertens will get a shot for goal.
Well, Wayne Graham, of course, knows what this wind is like, and it's reasonably strong there, Wayne.
Well, just coming across the front of the post for Andrew Mertens, but Mertens has been trying to place the ball inside the Highlanders half early in the game. He's finally got his chance to open the scoring for the Crusaders. Let's see if he can do it.
Coach Wayne Smith watches. 10 minutes gone.
Oh!
3-all it is.
Well, I was looking straight down that one, and it looked to be swinging outside the left-hand upright. And all of a sudden, it just came back on track, and it must have taken some white paint off. 3-all, a penalty each.
Tony Brown from the halfway spot. Two great goal kickers of New Zealand rugby have opened the scoring for their teams in the first 10 minutes. And there's a good hop to the right for the kick by Justin Marshall, and touch judge Mark Lawrence has marked it there. In the first 10 minutes of the game so far, as we look at the kick by Marshall, very close to the touchline. See how well he just sent it down the tram lines.
Yeah, it's a perfect kick, keeping it around the 5-metre mark in from touch. Gives it a chance to bounce into touch or make the other team play it and kick it out.
Just notice as the line-out is taken that Andrew Mertens has gone back to fullback, a ploy they used against the Reds. Does not use this time because Brown's kick goes into touch.
Yeah, I think there might be two reasons for that, John. One is obviously from the defensive situation where McDonald is obviously the stronger tackler, but Mertens' punting game, I think he's got a huge punt on him, and so the kick return is quite important to the Crusaders, and I think that's part of the reason Mertens is back there.
Back into first 5 now. It's Crusaders' ball, but they've lost one against the throw.
They got great ball-winning skills towards the tail, the Crusaders, with Maxwell taking that one down and Reuben Thorne at number 6 in the line-out.
There's Mertens. There's Darryl Gibson. 14 is Sa'uala, ripped by Kronfeld. The crowd on the bank loved that one. Gallagher to Kronfeld again. That change of direction. Brown inside. Alatini gets Maxwell and Surridge. Brown to there is Mertens back in the defensive position. You see he's got 3 players back with him. Now Laney turns. He's also back in a second fullback role. This is a new dimension coming into the game.
Yeah, Andrew Mertens is spending a lot of time back there, as is Leon McDonald. So they're clearly backing their defence on the inside. Look at the skills from Kronfeld here. Gibson went in a little too square on, got held up, and the ball ripped off him by Kronfeld.
The tactics are clear from Mertens. they've got the advantage of the breeze, and they're going to keep kicking it deep into the Highlanders' half and wait for the penalties and mistakes to come.
Somerville from the Northern Hawke's Bay region, Wairoa, Peak, Taranaki originally, and Darryl Gibson, born in Lumsden. Berryman, nice pass, Gardner, Thorne, good wave of attacks from the Crusaders. Blackadder, spinning it now, Mertens, big defence. Tane Randall there, down he goes on top of So'oala. There's So'oala now, got a big hit on him from Lima. Here's Manu Samoa, teammate.
I tell you what, both sides have done their homework on defence. The 1 and 2 cut that the Highlanders used with Alatini is being well covered by the inside defenders of the Crusaders. And the Highlanders are well aware of McDonald working in close to Mertens and running on a short angle, and they've got him worked out as well.
Yes, I noticed the Crusaders yesterday walking through the defence of that double cut that was costly against the Highlanders last time they met.
Can't do that.
It's attacking mistake from the Crusaders as the forwards have trouble. They joined the line out and then left again. The free kick goes to the Highlanders.
Tony Brown, Alatini, or Ropati for the first time. It looked like he was tackled by his own man Cronfell, but it was assist. Fast hands here, Berryman. Berryman, a wonderful break, showing us all of his magic there. Marshall, 10 metres out. This is a great period of attack. Mertens had a go at his own. Steve Surridge. Marshall again. There goes the young prop forward. Somerville, Marshall to Mertens. This is a good pass. Caleb Ralph is in from the wing. Excellent tackle by Ropati. Cronfell. He ripped it and saved it. Josh Cronfell, number 7.
Blue ball.
Knock on first by Caleb Ralph in the tackle. But Cronfeld is, as usual, everywhere.
Up here, fellas.
The cutout pass. Ralph looking for work. He's a busy player. And there, as you can see, the knock on.
The Highlanders have the much heavier pack. That's with Case Muse and Carl Hock in the front row. Here's Laney now. Bands it soccer style.
Well, the Highlanders are showing that they're not scared to attack from deep inside their own half, given half a chance down the blind side. State Insurance replay. Caleb Ralph was back in deep, so just a little bit of room for Brown and Laney to work in.
Was that ball out? Did the touch just put his flag up there?
No, it was the fly kick that went out on the full.
Oh. Must have crossed the touchline and curled back in. Gardner. Well, these guys are sharp, aren't they? In comes McDonald, bursting in from fullback. Advantage to the red, says referee Watson.
Well, Leon McDonald
On your feet, please.
Getting picked up. He
Number
hit the
6.
line very, very hard.
Yeah, okay.
And was hit by Ropati as well. Equally as hard. Just took a little while to get up. In fact, he's getting some attention now.
The pressure on defence as far as the Highlanders are concerned. They're really frantic to get across, and they just dived in to try and smother the ball on the ground.
On his feet, tackle ball.
So Mertens is going to have a shot at goal. We look at the replay again. It's against Randall there, I think, from referee Watson. Coming in on the side. sitting in the stand, James Kerr, the man that scored the try that clinched it for the Crusaders at Eden Park last year in the Super 12 final. Can't get a start in the final this year.
Looks like Josh Confeld's getting some perhaps longer studs put in over on the sideline there, getting some running repairs.
It's like a pit stop in the Formula One.
Have you got a timer on this, John?
I don't know, but not fast enough for Josh, I don't think.
And that guy there helping would be a shoemaker, I suppose. I tell you what, he'd be a Formula One Josh Confeld, wouldn't he?
Definitely.
Well, this is just to the right of the uprights for Andrew Mertens, about 32, 33 metres.
6-3, that's a new Super 12 record for a season. 42nd penalty for Andrew Mertens, and it's 6-3.
Well, Leon McDonald has just left the field. See him there getting some attention to a cut, so I would imagine just a blood bin as we see the restart now from Brown, and the Highlanders have been inside their own half for a lot longer than they'd want in this first spell.
Mertens onto the left foot from a high one from TONU'U. And there's Wazza. That's Callagher. That's his nickname. And Wilson's lost it forward. Darryl Lilly is on. Marshall to Mertens, the old firm. And Mucker is back. What's he going to do? Put some beef into the situation. Callagher. Brown. Mertens all over the park in these early stages.
Yes, definitely a key man, Mertens. He's got all the answers at the moment. Wilson, not typical, tipping that one forward. Lilly was quickly into it, but Andrew Mertens is very keen for the Highlanders to be put back on their goal line.
Yes, well, there's the statistics that which back up what I was saying, 69-31. That's the percentage time that the Crusaders have been inside the Highlanders' territory.
Marshall nicely away from Confeld there. Berryman caught by Alatini. Mertens clears it nicely. Gets support. Marshall to Berryman. Gets it straight to Brown.
Blue ball. From the catch.
Straight from a kick. Sometimes think players try to be a little bit too clever. Norm Berryman would have been much better taking the tackle there, setting up another phase rather than trying a chip kick, which was really giving away possession. There's the turnovers already. Already the Highlanders winning that phase of the game.
Away to the left, Wilson grabs it high from Mucker. We've seen some skill from Mertens and Wilson in the last few minutes in that department. And now it's Callagher away to Brown. That running ball again. Ropani caught by Hammett, the hooker out there. Callagher again. Backflip. Brown. Laney. Laney caught by Thorne.
Sorry, it's too quick. No, that's just
The Highlanders, I'm sure, would like to go back for the penalty
That's why he can have
for
his
the
hands in there.
Crusaders' backs offside, which Andre Watson was playing advantage for. He obviously deemed that Otago had enough advantage. They have retained the put in, though.
Here we go. Go back,
Well, you know,
Red.
over the
Go back,
months
Red.
of Super 12, we've seen some wonderful individual performances. But this is a test match, and you're seeing even more from the likes of Confeld and Wilson and Mertens, the big game players.
Alatini beautifully to Wilson. Berryman gets him. Laney's got the inside pass for Confeld. 10 metres out. That was wonderful. Highlanders back play. Muse. Callagher. A lineup of 4 or 5 more. Ropani goes down. Gardner is there, number 7. Coming again. Laney with the snap shot. a score at 6-all.
Well, Brendan Laney, State Insurance replay. Here's the break initially. Jeff Wilson into space. The inside ball to Laney. Kronfeld has ever in support. Good ball retention once again. Here's Brendan Laney. He hasn't got any tries this year, but that's drop goal number 2 for him for Rugby Super 12.
Well, I wonder what would have been said if he'd missed that, Grant, but he didn't, so it was a great build-up. Wilson, as I just mentioned, great big game player and playing some superb rugby here this afternoon.
Flat ball. Tony Brown sends that one very high. TONU'U being tested with it. And back check, says referee Watson, and Andrew Mertens had something to say. Well, we know he's a bit of a chatterbox, Mertens, but referee Watson didn't appreciate it.
Mertens was complaining a ruck had formed.
Well, a little bit unlucky. If you watch Lima here, he comes in from an offside position, and that's what Mertens was against.
Well, the referee deemed post-tackle, Wayne, therefore there can't be any offsides. And that's what Mertens was complaining about. And so Brown gets his 3rd penalty shot at goal. And judging from the first one he took, he should have no problems with distance here. The first one was just a little bit further out.
Yes, he was just a little bit further over it and about where he's starting from with this kick. And his previous one, remember, just dropped under the bar. It's got distance. A great goal for Tony Brown. The blue and gold flags are out. It's 9-6.
Well, the Highlanders fans are enjoying it. There's about 41,000 people here. Haven't got an official attendance yet. But when the two teams met back in April, it was 36,200. They've averaged nearly 22,000 for games at the Brook this year. This is the biggest by far.
They've done a remarkable job, really, in getting this final organised in really what was just a week. I know that they were thinking about the final when the Highlanders were top of the table all those weeks, but then they drifted off the top and perhaps out of people's minds. But here is everybody in the ground and watching a great game. And it's all been put together in about 7 days since the Highlanders won at Brisbane last week, at Cape Town last week.
Isn't it interesting how games of rugby nowadays ebb and flow? One side has possession for a little while, so they put all the pressure on. The other side are forced to defend. Then it swaps. So each team has their turn applying some pressure, and each team has their turn having to absorb some pressure.
Jeff Wilson is big danger to the Crusaders, of course, from fullback, and loving it being involved today. Brown, Alatini, Wapati. Lilly, tremendous defence by Lilly, but you saw Brendan Laney complaining that might have got the pass earlier.
Look how Alatini, what a wonderful ball player as he just holds it up, runs to his defenders outside, then the short ball for Ropati into a hole.
Well, there wasn't a lot of options, but Case Muse, the big man, he did the damage. They're starting to get the roll on. Great skills from Alatini. They're working it well, and Laney just couldn't quite work himself into the space.
I wonder, Wayne, if Laney's down a little bit on his pace because of his knee injury. Just a wee bit.
I think you're right.
Yes, I agree. Goal line top right here. 27 minutes first half. The blue and gold and maroon, with the maroon representing Southland. The red and blacks of Canterbury Crusaders. 9-6 to the Highlanders. Lima has it. Lilly pulling off a stand-up tackle this time. Corner flag in the background. Gallagher's ripped it. Lima. He says he got it. The referee agrees. The first try of Super 12 99 final goes to left winger Brian Lima.
Well, this all really came from a clearance kick from Andrew Mertens, which didn't go where he wanted it. It came off the outside of his right foot. State Insurance replay. Lima really went into this. Some help from Brown and Kronfeld there as usual. A couple of rucks later. Ooh. Downward pressure. I'd like to see that in slow motion, but Andre Watson was right there. Yep, good enough. So Brian Lima, try number 7 for him.
Well, he started that well, taking the kick from Mertens, accelerated into a half gap. And you said it well, Grant, that support from Brown and Kronfeld, and I think Muse was there as well, or Hoft it might have been, just drove them up to the line.
Well, that's Lima's 20th try in Rugby Super 12. That's his 7th this year. It takes him to second equal on the table. Joe Roth and Conrad Stoltz from the Cats have scored 8 tries each. And Soalo and Peter Rousseau have scored 7, now joined by Brian Lima.
This kick goes over. There'll be a good lead for the hometowners. But it's away to the right, as you see. So Lima's try, unconverted. There it is. He drives it hard. He reaches out, marshals the defender, gets it down on the ground. It's very close. Brushes it with his hands along the side of the ball. Puts it down. Fair try. 14-9 and 10 minutes to play. 14-6 and 10 minutes to play till half-time.
Timmins is a key man in catching the kick-offs. He does it well. Now we're seeing the big forwards of the Highlanders make those crucial metres.
Gibson. Mertens to the left. Darryl Lilly is in the game for McDonald. Caleb Ralph takes the tackle from Laney. Marshall. That's Norm Maxwell in there. This time a big bullet from Mertz to Gibson. Berryman standing behind, standing stock still, waiting to explode into the game if he can. And he gets it from Mertens. And he takes them on. And the tackler was Blakey and Randall. And now here's Surridge. That's the 22. Here's Marshall. Hand-to-hand passing up in close from the Crusaders. Haven't scored a try yet. Swing it now. Berryman. They're not going wide in this phase of play, are they? Number 1 is Feek. Here's Blackadder. Lovely pass to Marshall. So'oalo caught. Gardner. 5 metres out. Marshall. Mertens. There's the goal line. That's how close they are. Lilly in a bit of bother. The referee says, play on, folks. Caleb Ralph. Lilly. Feek. And Jeff Wilson's got it in there. Turnover for the Highlanders. Another thrilling passage of play, and Tony Brown sends it back to halfway. Gardner. A wild one. Laney gets Mertens. Hammett is underneath that. Pale afternoon sun shining down on the Super 12 final. What an epic contest it is.
Hands in there. He's got everyone.
How long did that go for?
Hands, fellas.
Quite a long time. Some tired minutes. There are some tired men out there. Lots of running by both sides. Great defence by the Highlanders. The Crusaders threw absolutely everything at it. Kronfeld making a try-saving tackle. Lilly couldn't control the ball. Laney was knocked out of the way as he fly kicked to the head. And after all of it, Andrew Mertens has a shot at goal.
Just noticed McDonald is still on the sideline. Lilly stays in the game. And for the third time now, Kronfeld gets some more changes to the studs. 2 from 2.
38 metres out. Curls it round the back, no change. Look at those red and black faces. No cheering. Their hero has missed it. 14-6.
I think the wind held that out a little bit to the right. The wind pushing over Andrew's left shoulder. Just held it outside the right hand upright.
Disbelief on the faces of the red and black supporters.
Here's Lilly in the play.
He's kicked it to Jeff Wilson down here. And he's put a really tight spiral on that one, and it's curled down to Mertens. Mertens and Wilson there. And here's a bit of a roller ball down for Laney, the man who got the drop goal. And Mertens is in and up for the tackle. He's having a great involvement, Andrew Mertens, both in the game and in the goal kicking and in the chatterbox stuff.
Well, I thought Laney might have used Isi Tolamaka, who was available to him, rather than him take the tackle. It might have been better had offloaded and Maka had done that.
Maka. Randall clears it out. Brendan Timmins lost it. And the referee signalled it, went straight down, didn't go forward. So they rumble on. Byron Kelleher. Brown stabs it. Lilly. Halfway. Marshall. Mertens. Out wide. Berryman barrels through the gap.
You're laying on the ball. Roll away. Roll away, please. You're lying on the ball. Give him a gap and roll away, please.
Well, Berryman is dangerous when you give him just a wee bit of space. State Insurance replay, the fend of Roe Party, but 3 came back and got him.
Now, also looking at that, Grant, I thought immediately that the penalty would have gone to the Highlanders, because Kronfeld was on his feet at the tackle, trying to get the ball, and he couldn't get it out of the grasp of the tackle player.
John Hart, no doubt, hoping that it's a good game today and that all his top players come through.
Well, the Crusaders gave up a chance for 3 points. They want more, so they have about 3 or 4 metres to go. They may well look for Reuben Thorne or Norman Maxwell.
Big decision there by Captain Blackadder. Up goes Thorne. It's in the big, meaty hands of Blackadder now. And the captain is in control. He's got his head up, leading the call. To the left or to the right, or straight up the middle, or straight up the guts, as they'll say. And the referee says it's still a maul, and they roll it towards the line, but how can he tell?
Come back, come back. Is anyway lost? It was up and it was a loss. Blue ball. Go back in there. You lost it up there. The right one is
Well, I think Andre Watson has made a mistake.
2 mistakes.
Yeah,
you lost
I must admit, was right in close to the action. Of course, we are not, but
now he's saying they lost it forward.
Let's have a look here.
Okay, behind
well,
you.
he blew the whistle before Justin
that.
Marshall went, and there didn't appear to be any knock on, but he was only a metre or 2 away from the action, John, so I guess we got to say he's in a better position than we are.
Most people at the ground think the same. He was
What colour are they wearing?
He was there watching.
Blue and gold, eh, Wayne?
And a little bit of maroon. Now we've just heard from the Crusaders bench that McDonald's out of the match. So Lilly stays in.
Yes. This is get on, look at the mark. Right up. And in.
Well, big scrum, 2 minutes to go before half-time.
Call it.
I think the breeze has probably favoured the Crusaders in the first spell. The Highlanders will be keen to get out of here.
And engage. Okay, let's do it.
Jeff Wilson coming up into a defensive position. And he's just there to block Kelleher's kick. And the clearance goes in. He just stood there. And anyone exploding off the side. And there's a couple of Canterbury supporters in red and black. Prime Minister wearing, of course. Burton Shipley to the left.
I heard she was going to have half red lipstick and half black.
Thank you, John McBeth.
Like Todd's mouthguard.
Nice pass by Blackadder to Marshall. Gets away from Mucker. This is right out in front.
Keep on line this side. Get off it.
Now they must take this one for goal this late in the half.
From the side. That was form. You don't know. Okay.
Well, Justin Marshall off a line-out tap that didn't go to hand. Blackadder cleaned up, put Marshall in space, who did well. They rumbled forward. I think it was Hoff there who Ronjo Rochendine had come in from the side initially and therefore in an offside position. And this is a very easy 3 points for Andrew Mertens.
Over it goes. Now the smiles and the trumpets come out, and it's 14-9. Well, there's the half and half we've been talking about. David Moffat, the Chief Executive Officer of New Zealand Rugby Union, with the half and half scarf.
One of only 3 in the country, so I was told by Canterbury of New Zealand representative this morning. He, of course, has got one of the others.
The third one will probably go to the Rugby Museum somewhere, and why not? This is a great day, really, for New Zealand rugby, isn't it? These players, this action going worldwide. And so all of the Super 12 matches, all 68 of the other games, all coming down to this pinpoint game, and it involves 2 New Zealand teams. And I think most of us in New Zealand didn't believe that would happen until probably last Sunday.
Positive stuff, fellas.
Well, a wide ball here from Mertens, giving Lilly an option to kick or pass. He chose the pass, and it didn't work.
Maka, Wilson, Brown, Wapari, Lima. Tackling was shaky, but Berryman did get hold of one ankle. It was good enough. Now, Lilly from Marshall. And that is half-time. 14-9, 1 try to nil. The rest are kicks, including the droppy by Laney. Just 1 try in it, and it came from Brian Lima. What an exciting first half we've had. 14 points to 9.
It's biased.
Well, that's enough about the Australians, because basically we don't really care.
Blatantly honest.
I can't see a game plan there.
He's a leader. He's out front.
It's grassroots rugby.
And look at this. They come from everywhere and out in the corner.
The Tight 5, 9:30 Tuesday on 1.
Well, the statistics at halftime, it's 14 points to 9, just the 1 try in it. Possession has been reasonably even, but I'm surprised at that territory statistic, 62% to 38 in favour of the Crusaders. We go down the list, it's all pretty much even after that. Turnovers conceded, favouring the Highlanders there by 4. So just the 1 try in it, but a couple of good highlights, Keith.
Yes, there were, though. In particular, this break by Robbie Ropati, a lovely run. But did he run out of room? Brendan Laney was coming with him. We wondered whether he had the speed to take it on but it was out of touch. But the try did come minutes later. A short pass from Kelleher to Brian Lima, who lunged past Justin Marshall to put it down. He appealed to the referee. The referee said yes, he got it down. And disappointment for the Canterbury Crusaders players, but delight for the Highlanders as Lima's try was converted. Here he is, reaching through the flames, putting it down, his hand on the side of the ball as it touched the grass, and the try awarded.
Well, it's been a wonderful first 40 minutes, Wayne Graham, but there are a couple of questions I've got to ask you. The Highlanders, will the trip to South Africa have affected them, and how well are the benches going to be used?
Well, obviously the trip will have affected them, but we won't really know how badly until the last 20 minutes, I guess. And we also know how good the Crusaders have been, John, all season in using their bench. The Highlanders very seldom use their bench, so the onus is going to be those guys on that field, as far as the Highlanders are concerned, to carry it home.
OK, now the conditions in the second half, the wind, who's it going to favour, do you think?
Well, I think the Crusaders had the best use of the breeze in the first half. It's not a big factor, but as far as Mertens kicking back into the corners, I think the Crusaders may need to rethink that in the second half. But this final is going to be one on try scoring, and I think both sides now are getting ready to throw everything at it.
OK, the players are getting back on the field now. We'll be back shortly from Carisbrook. There are 40 minutes left in the Super 12 season of 1999. We're at the final at Carisbrook in Dunedin. The half-time score 14-9 to the Highlanders. One change in the Crusaders team at the break. Scott Robertson comes in for Angus Gardner. Here goes the whistle, and Tony Brown with a restart. Back with Keith Quinn.
14 points to 9. The Otago Highlanders now playing in from the right. And they go to the first breakdown with Marshall. High away to Mertens, who's been a big personality in the game, of course. And back to Isitola Maka and Jeff Wilson. An overcast afternoon, but really very good conditions to play a game. An even light. The sun just coming out for a few minutes in the first half. But conditions good for a good game, and it's been a thriller. And Laney did get a drop kick over, which might make a difference in the end. It's going to be a close one, you think, Grant?
Yeah, and I think it'll go to the wire. The last 20 minutes, as they are in most matches, are going to be critical. Can the Highlanders survive the travel factor? The Crusaders, by and large in the last month, have always finished matches strongly.
Mark Hammett to throw. Up goes Blackadder. It tips again onto the Highlanders' side. It's untidy by everybody.
Knock one at the top.
Scrum to go down.
Then a knock by Blue. First one's off the top. Blue ball. Wait up. Don't
Wayne
doubt the
Smith,
mark.
who
Wait up.
tasted success as
And engage.
coach of the Highlanders, of the Crusaders last year. High kick from Kelleher. It bounced off Ralph's leg. Marker has it. Well picked up by Brown, swung it nicely. Wilson now from Ropati. Kronfeld scrabbles it off the grass. And there's one going high to the skies. Lilly didn't get a good sight of it. Ralph takes it down. And not a good clearance by Marshall, but he does find the safety of the sideline. Well, they're playing for the Super 12 trophy, and they might be mindful of what Alex Ferguson told the Manchester United team halfway through the European Cup final. The trophy was on the sideline. He said, look, lads, it's there, but if you lose the game, you're not so much as allowed to touch it. It's that close, but you've got to go and get it. Up goes Brendan Timmins this time. To Tane Randall to Kronfeld. Good into passing, takes it up to 30 metres out. Tony Brown. Alatini to Brown on the loop to Laney. Clever delay by Laney, clever back play. Laney's going to be in it again. It's going out wide to Kronfeld. A collision. And Reuben Thorne and Somerville collided there. 3 minutes gone, second half. Look how Marshall chased the new young All Black teammate. No way was Marshall going to let him get in for a try to get the glory. Ralph to Reuben Thorne, who ran it back into play.
Coming from the side. Go back to the last feet, please. Number 7.
I think Keller has stayed down too.
Wants to play the ball and you're putting the half back in.
Very slowly to his feet.
Come from your side, 7.
He was hit hard in that corner flag.
It was a great run though, wasn't it, John?
Oh, brilliant.
He scored 6 tries this season, Byron Kelleher. A lot of that because of his running from the base of rucks. You're right, Keith. Justin Marshall chased him all the way, and it was superb defence in the end that stopped the try. Here's Reuben Thorne looking for the kick initially and thought, uh-oh, that's not me. And he did very well, really, to retain the ball.
Mark Hammett, his 39th game in a row for the Canterbury Crusaders. Up goes Norm Maxwell. There's Randall. Crumpveld. Marshall gets him down. Crumpveld still going.
Who tackled you? Don't get up with the ball.
Josh wasn't held, I don't believe.
This man tackled you, number 7.
We need to see a replay of this.
Yeah, I agree. He wasn't held, was he, even briefly?
State Insurance replay. Randall takes it cleanly. Support by Cronfeld. This will tell. Marshall did. No, it wasn't held at all. So Andre Watson was a little bit quick on it. And the Crusaders get a chance to escape their 22.
It was great play at the back of the line-out as far as Randall was concerned. The throw was fractionally too big and he swooped on it. Once he got him behind the Crusaders line-out, it was trouble. But this time the referee's kind to the Crusaders.
Byron Kelleher just looking a wee bit sluggish for a couple of moments, and there looked to be some concern within the Highlanders camp, but no warm-up from McCormack, so Kelleher is obviously going to stay around. Oh, touch of class.
Touch of class. Wilson to Laney. Here's the other class man in the back team, back divisions today. Moons, but he's kicked it straight to today's only try scorer so far. Lima kicks it straight to Berryman. That was the kick that Berryman put in the first half. Didn't work for Berryman either.
Highlanders should get this.
And there is Muse. There is Timmins. Kelleher away to Brown. Peter Alatini.
Normie, pull him out. Normie, number. Pull him out.
There's Carl Hoff. Puts one big arm on it. Pulls it into his chest. Laney kicking wide.
Not wide enough.
Caleb Ralph, that's a good one. That's a very good kick by Caleb Ralph.
Well, Laney did choose the right option, but the kick wasn't executed very well. Crusaders clear through the educated left boot of Caleb Ralph.
Yes, Laney was getting the call out wide. The fingers were pointing forward. Put it into the corner. That's where we wanted, out wide, but it didn't go far enough. Kelleher's perked up.
Technically, this Highlanders backline will have to look after the forward pack because it's going to be the last 15 that's crucial. They need to keep the ball going forward.
Did you hear that?
Berryman in collision with Billy. Berryman through. He's going to have a go. Uh-oh. U-turn. Feet. Lilly. Wild pass inside to Somerville. Blackadder. Oh, this is knife edge. Sowalo in front of the post. Marshall to a 5-man lineup. Robertson. Marshall. Lost at the line.
Blue ball. No.
Cruel luck
Just
for
inside.
Justin Marshall. saved the try at the other end and lost one here in the dive.
Just a little bit too far, wasn't it? He knew he was coming up short. He was at full stretch, but it was a superb build-up from the Crusaders.
Come on, guys.
And put Marshall in that position.
Wait up now.
So such is the ebb and flow at this match. The Highlanders nearly
And
score at
engage.
one end a few moments ago, and the Crusaders come right back at them.
And away goes Maka, driving in. And a hurried clearance by Keller. Look at the pressure that's going in on these guys. Not just the youngsters like Byron Callagher, but some of the old heads as well.
But the passage of play that lasts a couple of minutes or more really takes it out of the players. This is the run by Norm Berryman, looking for support. I don't think the support knew where he was going, because Norm certainly didn't.
Greg Frigg, number 1. Been a great week for him. And Marshall now. Oh, what a pass from Mertens! And Daryl Gibson's in. You'd think the game was being played at Jade Stadium.
State Insurance replay. We saw this at Ballymore last week, although a try didn't result. Just Mertens running wide on the angle and a short ball to Gibson, straight through. And you don't often see Daryl Gibson very emotional, so he's clearly pumped up.
Well, the pressure of the attack was too much for the Highlanders, and eventually Gibson slipped through without a hand being laid on him.
Well, it's been a big week for Daryl Gibson as well, into the All Blacks. You know, he's 24 years of age. He made his debut in first-class rugby as an 18-year-old. We tend to think he's been around for a long time. He played the final last year, do you remember, in the Super 12 as a fullback. And now he's in at second 5/8 and in untouched under the posts. A 2-point lead for the Crusade from the north of the South Island.
You better be careful using that word north. They won't like that up there.
From the north of the South Island. Yeah, it doesn't sound quite right, does it?
Okay, let's do it. Let's just do it. I'll call him. Fine. It's fine. Let's just do it.
Well, crucial stage in the match now. Highlanders looking a little jaded, and the red and blacks are coming at them.
Oliver's throw is crucial. Tipped by Timmins. They look at the referee for the outside arm, but he was going up with both. Couple of great packs here. Use it, says the referee, therefore it's got to come. And it didn't
Use it or
come.
lose it. Use it, fellas. Not just giving me a call on your binding. Just go straight over and bind.
Comes in, not out.
Oh, I'm just talking about your binding, that's all. Not the angles. Wait up, fellas.
Look at that
No,
territory.
listen up.
I wouldn't have thought it was that way. No real advantage in possession, but territory heavily in favour of the Crusaders.
And hop back in for Jeff Wilson. And Wilson and Suala now, and there is a kick. Brilliantly picked up by Andrew Mertens. And now he knows that Wilson's not at home, so he bangs it back the other way.
The Crusaders will play no mistake rugby now. Mertens and Marshall will be looking for territory on all occasions, and it's not until they're in the Highlanders 22 that I really believe they'll use the ball. They've got the lead, and they'll be determined to stay there.
Come on. We've got to go onto the body, all right? Okay? At this one, that's all. Just do it again. Open up. Open it up, fellas.
There's
Okay.
the line-outs. David Ladder, a stalwart of Otago rugby.
Yes, he actually Played the first couple of games for the Highlanders in '96, and since then, Anton Oliver has played them all. Has never been replaced. Poor Eugene Morgan, the reserve hooker, sitting on the bench, hasn't had a run on Carisbrook in '99. Lilly goes down, came on as replacement. Marshall looking, waiting.
Out of the air.
Just from the kick. It's an interesting stat that the side that's won the New Zealand NPC the year before has gone on to win the Rugby Super 12 title. And so history's in favour of the Highlanders in that regard. But they are behind at the moment. They've got some catching up to do.
This is the first Super 12 final held outside Auckland.
I'm rushing it.
But of course it's the keeping the tradition of all the Super 12 finals being held in New Zealand. And long may that continue.
Stopping. Kane, just a word with your number 3, please. He's onto the neck.
The
He's
Crusaders
got to go
have
over
never...
and grab the jersey back here. Back there. No head. He's on the head.
The Crusaders have never won here on this ground, but it's only a short history, having lost here twice in '97 and earlier this year, of course.
Well, the big front row of the Otago Highlanders is trying to exert their own pressure on this red and black machine. Andre Watson, he's looking at it closely.
Up the shoulders. That's great. Keep it there. Hold. No locks. And engage.
Robertson, number 21, and Kronfeld, number 7, marking up against each other second half. Gibson to Marshall at halfway.
Callagher getting his own back on Marshall.
Berryman to Mertz. And Lima gets the hop inside. Brown now in space. Great chase by Robertson. Wilson and Mertens. Lima and Ralph. Reuben Thorne. That's a good save by number 6, Reuben Thorne.
He's had a good game, Reuben Thorne. He is really getting himself round the park. Mind you, he has done that all season. Great skills, Brian Lima. Tony Brown back helping. Wilson in support. And just here that the breakdown occurs after Lima frees the ball.
I don't know how the players can hear the calls out there.
Well, they can't, John. That's why Oliver's needing to go a bit closer to his pack to get the call.
John Blakey. Carl Hoft. Oh, it's dribbled by the feet back onto the Crusaders' side.
Well. Thank you.
Came from the touch judge that it was knocked on.
Did it come off the hand or the foot?
Oh, will do. Will do.
I think it came from the hand first, Wayne, before it was kicked.
Right and go square. Right up now.
Yeah, good call. Maka just tipped it forward with his hand. So we're having a little spell here of front rows collapsing. It's amazing how quickly...
I'm not Mark. You call him
listen.
from there. I'm inside. Call him. Wait up. Come on, guys.
Well, Carl Hoff will have to watch himself now because the touch judge has been brought in. He's been keeping that hand on the ground.
Wide up.
The Highlanders forward pack decide they're going to have to do it now themselves.
Do not pop. Do not work up. Do not pop. Let's stay in there and scrum. Fellas, we've had great scrums first half.
How do you work that out? Do not
same
work
player,
up,
same
do
game,
not
same
pop.
day. Let's keep it.
How are they meant to combat that? Because if you work up, you pop.
Here they are.
One of the problems in the modern game is if you do start attacking at scrum time, you're liable to give away penalties.
I think it's incredible. Last year, last year, Hoft and Must were the young Turks in the front row. Now they've got Somerville and Feek against them, and they're no longer the young Turks. They're the old stagers, if you like.
Listen to me.
And it's the Canterbury Crusaders front row who are challenging for All Black Test spots and Super 12 glory. Robertson gets away from Blakey, coming up towards halfway. Todd, Blackadder number 4, Marshall. Surridge, Marshall again. Mertens. Norman Maxwell. Big pass out wide to Lilly. Maxwell again. Well, remember those long strides that took it to a try at Eden Park in the final last year. Now he's down. Robertson. Thorne. Maxwell still down.
Lost it forward.
Well, I thought the Crusaders were getting ready to replace Maxwell. Well, they might anyway, but Steve Lancaster has been warming up on and off for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
A couple of Northland boys there checking out each other.
Just have a look at your mouth.
A couple of selectors there checking out all of them. So Lancaster's into the game now in place of Norm Maxwell. The substitution has been made.
Big Norm's not ready to let go just yet.
That was a great pass of his, Wayne.
Brilliant. A lot of support play from the Crusaders. They're really starting to run onto the ball.
New young All Black heading to the sideline, Norman Maxwell.
Well, they are setting what is only the 12th scrum of the match, so quite incredible, really. There's been so few.
Kelleher. To Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Couldn't quite get away from Gibson. And gets pinned. Didn't let go.
They were there, the red were there when it played.
Well, I'm surprised Jeff Wilson didn't try his chip and chase, which is a real specialty of his. He was in space with only one man in front of him, and the support couldn't quite get to him. Here it is, great pass, Kelleher, State Insurance replay, and I thought Wilson here might have gone for the chip. It was Andrew Mertens, he went around, but Gibson back in a superb cover tackle, but just there, Jeff Wilson holds on too long.
But we talked before the game about the players who might just bring a little bit of magic to a game, which might be enough to win it for their side. And Wilson is the Otago one, the Highlanders man.
Number 22 is Steve Lancaster. Thorne gets it to Blackadder. Thorne again. Blackadder, that familiar side on shoulder charge he's got. Mertens takes the tackle of the Highlanders captain. Was that a knock forward? Referee says play on. Back to Darryl Lilly, number 16. Kicking for the corner. Randall. And look how the instinct was to keep it in play. Lima. Tremendous tackle by So'oalo.
We saw Brian Lima do the chip and chase last week against the Stormers and score a try, and I thought he might have offered that option up again. Randall waiting for it to go out. Superb body position and good support back there by Lima. Just thought he might have tried to chip ahead here, give himself a chance to chase onto the ball.
Claimed by Blakey. Oliver to Brown. So'oala coming through with Brown. So it didn't go forward. Tony Brown cradles it. It did go forward.
Dropped it on Blue.
Well, Brown's gone to the air a lot this afternoon. Almost more than he has in all the other games put together in Super 12. So clearly it's part of their strategy.
Okay, and engage.
Three-quarters of the final for Super 12.99 gone. Shaq wants the ref off and Shaq on. That's a good call by the Highlanders mascot, Shaq. holding up the cards. He wants the ref subbed out of the game and Shaq the Cat to come on. There'd be some pretty one-eyed refereeing then.
Yeah, we're coming.
Wayne, how do you see the two packs going? It looks to me if the Crusaders are sort of coming on a little bit, and maybe that trip to South Africa is just taking its toll on the Highlanders.
Yes, Grant, they've definitely got the edge. I think Andrew Mertens is a leading factor in that, though. He seems to be able to keep them rolling forward. Whenever they get back inside their own half, Mertens' tactical kicking is keeping them going.
Brown.
The pass against the red. The pass, red ball. You pass against the red right ball.
The Highlanders really are just working under pressure. They're trying to do things that are not happening for them.
Do you think Shaq the Cat would have given that one, Wayne?
No
Well,
ball.
I think Andre Watson again has made a mistake because Brown went on the inside and that ball was knocked down by Justin Marshall, so scrum should have gone the other way.
Just noticed Isatola Marker hasn't been quite the impact player he was in the first half.
And now So'oalo. It's a chase. And the little buzzsaw has scored. Unbelievable scenes. Afato So'oalo.
State Insurance replay. This man doesn't need any space. Look how he stood up, Brian Lima. Standing start, in and around, the chip and chase. He's added that to his repertoire this year. He had the edge on Wilson in terms of angle. That's a superb try. Try number 8 for him. Puts him top equal in Rugby Seaver 12 for 99.
Young man who didn't play the game till he was 19 years of age, comes from a village in Samoa, said he didn't play the game because he was frightened to play rugby, and now look at him in the Super 12 final, scoring a try that takes it out to a good lead now. The Highlanders will have to score twice to get ahead of the Canterbury Crusaders.
Wonderful reaction from So'oalo. There's been a substitution. Berryman is coming off and Nathan Major is in midfield for the Crusaders, and Mailing is coming on for the Highlanders. Brendan Timmins is coming off.
I just wonder how important that misconversion will be from a handy position, because it's only a 7-point gap, and if a draw happens, we initially go to extra time.
Now there's Timmins. He's had a grand season. Simon Mailing, you'll see him in the headgear soon, number 20.
So now it's Tane Randall, captain of the Otago Highlanders, on their home track, trying to get into this final with just 15 minutes to play. They've got great talent, remember. They've got brilliant backs. They've got courage to burn. Never better exemplified than Josh Tronfeld. But can they score twice to take the lead? Remember, there is the possibility of extra time in the final if it's all tied up at the end of 80 minutes.
There's Major, number 17 in the play for the Crusaders.
A drop kick, which is a little bit of a blooper from Tony Brown. And Darryl Lilly is back to touchdown.
Well, if it had gone over, that would have meant just a try would have taken the Highlanders into the lead.
So these guys are out there doing their mathematics and homework all the time. We should probably ask you that one, Grant. They're thinking about the possibilities, the scoring.
That's Callagher down.
Well, yeah, there is still near enough to 15 minutes to go. So a penalty or a drop goal, then you've got to score a try and you're in the lead. So Tony Brown will have worked all that out.
There's Brett McCormack, who's been waiting in the wings for a long time this season to get his chance to shine in the big time. But Kelleher wants to carry on.
Highlanders have pegged back that territorial deficit a little bit.
We haven't seen the bright spark from Jeff Wilson today. Not so much of the happy visage. Well, it's tough rugby, I know, but it's a serious Wilson today. There he is, number 15.
We'll see it if he scores, I'm sure.
It's been a well-worked-out defence from the Crusaders. The Highlanders haven't been able to crack the line yet.
So while against Wilson, Lima, 2 Samoan players have scored tries this afternoon. A fumble by Wapati. Advantage being played. Scott Robertson swings it wide. Lilly. And Brown back. Good play from an advantage played by referee Watson.
Well, the Crusaders are just a little bit quick around the field at the moment. Obviously, only having to come from Brisbane has been good for them. Coming from Cape Town has not been easy for the Highlanders.
Minutes left.
Kronfeld. Interesting that as Josh Kronfeld goes back, the Highlanders flew to Sydney and stayed overnight in Sydney on Monday, came in to Dunedin on Tuesday, took a day off on Wednesday, practiced Thursday, practiced Friday, rested more or less, but just a walk in the park here on Saturday. So it's been a tough travelling week for them to come all that way back.
2 training runs would have been enough too, because they've been together for, well, the competition has been 3 months, and they would have been together for some time before that. So fine-tuning was all that would have been required this week.
We're not making excuses for them. The game is not over yet. There's 12 minutes to play. It's only 21-40 to the Crusaders. The Highlanders are very much in this. Remember, it's 10 minutes each way of extra time in the final. If it was to be tied up at the end of the extra time, the teams would share the trophy. Marshall, Mertens, Major, Gibson. Nathan Major is number 17, remember? Back for the drop kick from Mertens. And it is over! Andrew Mertens.
Ron Mertens knows the numbers. State Insurance replay. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective, and that's the 4th drop goal for him in Super 12 this year.
And we remember what happened after the last one.
Yes, a different waving of the hands after the last one in Pretoria. Laney. Wilson. Anton Oliver taking it down. 10 minutes to play. Here they come again, the Highlanders. The pass and loop to Lima. Kronfeld there as ever. So too is Surridge. Lost forward by Surridge. What a great reply by the Highlanders.
Well, the Highlanders might just have got the rub of the green there. Great attack from deep in their own half. Randall straightened it. Lima did well in support. The fend off. This time the chip and chase. Not the bounce. There it is. He got it quite right. Knock on by Daryl Lilly.
Right up. No, don't go. Thank you.
Kronfeld to Case. Muse. Look at this effort. Coming in from the come from behind Highlanders. They're not done for, are they? Case Muse. That's Blakey in there. Coming wide for Brown. Wapati put it down, but it's no try.
Who made that tackle on Brown? It was a try-saving tackle. Daryl Gibson it was.
You're right.
As Brown took it to the line, as he always does. Oh, great tackle, Daryl Gibson. A 1 and 2 cut was looking good for Alatini. Brown decided to throw the dummy. Gibson didn't buy it and knocked him over.
Nathan Major, Canterbury born, but an ex-Scarfy. He did his study down here at the Otago Institute of Sports. A nephew of the great Bashops. Daryl Gibson is down. Mertens is right on the dead ball line for the clearance. James Kerr, Wayne Smith, Steve Hansen, big players in the Crusaders effort. Tony Gilbert and Kevin Globe to the right, the coaching staff of the Highlanders.
I'll be looking at the 2 3s. Okay. And the 2 1s, keep it square, do not come up. Do not go
Lancaster
up
and
on the
Blackadder
hooker.
locking.
Wait up. Hold.
The 2 young props in the Crusaders pack have done well. They hold their scrum steady.
Marshall hooks his kick to touch.
No such thing as keeping the ball in play now for the Crusaders. All kicks will be aimed at the touchline. They'll back their defence and they'll also run the clock down a wee bit.
This will be tough stuff for Lancaster, who's in the game. He hasn't played much rugby lately.
Oh, so Simon Mailing. Kelleher, Brown. Laney caught. Confelt carrying it on. Advantage for a knock-on.
That was the move they used in round robin play where Roe Party scored off Laney, but the Crusaders have done their homework. This time it's Robertson. The timing wasn't quite right. Laney was just a wee bit flat and Robertson picked him off.
Yes, as I said, they were practicing the defence on that yesterday. Con Barrel's on the sideline getting ready to go in, but Flynn is getting into the action.
Gibson coming off.
Now, here's Jeff Wilson. There goes Quanfeld. Randall. Brown. Brown getting it away. Alatini. Lima. Oh, tremendous rush by Lima. But the defence has gathered to throw him back. Kelleher. Brown. Ropani. Case Muse, how did that try get stopped? Offside play, that's how.
Everything but on the line.
Okay. Last feed, fellas.
Well, we've said over the years, the last 2 years, a feature of the Crusaders'
On the line,
play
please.
has been their defence. But my word, it was put to the sword that time. They go for the scrum.
This is a big call. I thought they might have kicked the goal and then gone back and tried to score the try, but Brown breaks, gets outside Mertens. Alatini did the right thing, bringing it infield, linking with support. I thought Lima was going to get driven over the line here, but the Crusaders repelled it. Superb defence.
Well, the Crusaders are trying to substitute Barrel for Somerville, but are they going to do it now before the scrum? Here comes Barrel onto the field.
Con Barrel into the game for the last dramatic moments. Greg Somerville goes to the sideline. What a season the young man is having. 21 years of age, he won't turn 22. Still November, he's in the All Blacks. Here is Kelleher. Goal line just behind. Tough work on Robertson there. It's coming for Laney. To Confeld. Limbs and arms and legs flailing in the action.
Use it. Use it. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Use it. Use it. Okay, okay, okay. Let off the ball, 4.
Well, the referee said use it 3 or 4 times, and it's finally coming. Jeff Wilson is going to try it on his own.
Number 22, everybody offside. Positive.
Offside play by Lancaster. Hammett gets Maka. Gallagher is going to try on his own. Maka. Kronfeld, everyone must roll away. They spin it this time. It should have been let on there, Laney. It's up though, it's there for Gallagher. 4 minutes to play. Alatini. To Rupani.
Get off the ball. Get off the ball. Do not hold on to the ball. Number 4. No. Here we go. Yes, the mark.
He must go back to the 22, to the 5 metre mark when it's inside the 22. Maka takes it, and Maka is there. The Highlanders are in with a chance here. Isitola Maka.
Well, Isitola Maka is still wide awake. He knew the quick tap kick was on. Got his body position nice and low. State Insurance replay. Grounds it on the line and gets the Highlanders back in the match. That's 6 tries this year for Isitola Maka, which is a big reward for number 8. 11 tries to the loose boards of the Highlanders.
Tony Brown's kick is wide. But doing your sums, that was quite important, wasn't it? Because if the kick had gone over, another try by the Highlanders would have jumped them into the lead. Now, they still need a try and a conversion to get the lead. Merton sends them deep. Look at the clock. 2 minutes to play. Carl Hoff. They're going to try and retain possession and work it all the way up the field, or are they going to arm chance it through their backs? To Brown. Alatini is making sure he holds for possession. Claimed by Blackadder.
Holding on. Number 4.
It's against Blackadder. They'll tap and rush. Referee has said play on. He didn't call them for being inside the 10-metre mark. Mailing it halfway. Maka. The Rupani. Brown, a big lineup. Randall gets a good bounce. Wilson is there. Laney. Look at the time on the clock, just 30 seconds to play. Randall, they've given it everything. Tony Brown. Players exhausted. And it will come down to the last seconds. The referee's looking.
Well, the players struggling to get their feet. Wayne Smith, his expression doesn't really change no matter what the situation. But he must be very happy with the way his side's performed.
Listen now,
Tony Gilbert
and engage.
and Wayne Smith, 2 great men for New Zealand and South Island rugby, who brought their teams to this park to play a superbly exciting final. Can the Highlanders snatch it out of the fire?
Got that. Don't pull the hands up. No hands.
The penalty
Get on
count
your
is
feet.
mounting against the Red and Blacks. Anton Oliver, they must retain possession to work their way up. It's got to be a try at least to force extra time. Look how tired they are. They're all bunched up in the middle of the field. Brave captain Randall takes it forward. Kelleher to Brown. Rapati goes down. Wilson was close by. We look to the referee. Maka. Kelleher, he tries to clear it. It's there.
Right up with me.
Oliver. Kronfeld into Mertens.
That's forward.
Look at the referee. It's over. Disappointment for the Highlanders. But for the Crusaders, they've done it again. The Crusade came south with banners flying and flags flying, and the Canterbury Crusaders bring disappointment to the House of Pain. The final score, the Crusaders 24, the Highlanders 19. The Crusaders Super 12 champions again. Woohoo! The red and black flags were flying highest at Carisbrook this afternoon when the Super 12 final went again to the Canterbury Crusaders. It was when this electric little Afato Soalo scored and celebrated that the dream had come true. Let's go to John Macbeth for after-match reaction.
What an amazing game, Justin. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, John. It's a wonderful feeling. Boys experienced it last year. I didn't know what it felt like, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was tough, wasn't it? 14-9 down at half-time. You had to guts it out at the end.
Yeah, we did. We you know, the boys showed a lot of character and Otago top side, but you know, we showed a lot of guts. That's what we decided that we're going to do today. We'll just go out and play with a bit of pride and a bit of guts and see how we go, and it paid dividends in the finish.
And not bad done at the House of Pain either.
Oh, fantastic, and what a brilliant crowd. Marvellous occasion.
Great, thanks, Justin. Well, Andrew, you're looking a bit of pain, but surely you're happy about that game today.
Yeah, delighted. I mean, probably more than we could have hoped for to get through the Super 12 like this, and yeah, we just, same as last year, we feel very lucky, very privileged, and you know, the guys are delighted. It's great.
Yeah, tactically it worked out well for you. You planned it well, and it bore fruit this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mixture of a game, really, and you know, it was frantic at times, and probably a bit boring for the crowd at other times when there was a bit of foursome back and stuff like that. But you know, things went our way a few times today, so you know, I'm gobsmacked, literally.
Well, I think the Highlanders fans were too, and you nailed that drop goal, which just gave you a bit of an edge.
Yeah, well, it was an ugly drop goal. It never went away from sort of going down the middle, but it didn't fly nicely at all. So I'll take it. You've got to take ones like that. Yeah. You strike enough nice ones that miss, so you've got to take that one.
All right, enjoy the 2 days you've got up or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Probably straight to bed tonight, I think.
The victory today will, you know, overcome the pain in your knee, obviously.
Definitely. I think I have a smile on my face for a week.
You had a wonderful smile on your face after that try. That was something special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it came from pressure. You know, Otago had the pressure on us for most of the first half, and yeah, it's just showing a bit of emotion.
I know when we talked earlier in the week, we mentioned that everyone would be looking at the battle between you and Peter Alatini, but it didn't really come down to anything like that. It was just doing your job and making those hits, wasn't it?
That's right. It's a team game, and it relied on everyone doing their role, and it's a top game.
Yeah, okay. You like to smile for the Canterbury fans there, mate?
Yeah, it's great.
Good on you. Thank you. Well, Todd, that was tough stuff out there. Congratulations, but that was a mighty final, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. That was a truly bruising encounter, and I think it had of everything in it. Just the hits out there was shattering. It was what an awesome game to play in with the atmosphere, like what you saw.
Yeah, I think you knew you were going to have to really guts it out, and you were down at the break, but not out of the game, obviously. What were you talking about early on that second spell?
What we wanted to at half-time was just go through the middle a lot more and just hang on to the ball and retain possession. And I think we did that, and a few breaks came our way, and just keep our defence up. It was awesome.
Yeah, mate against mate out there, really, wasn't. So many of you players have played against each other and with each other so often, and one of them have got to be the victors. I know you're happy, but the crowd here was really fantastic on your behalf.
Oh, they made the whole occasion here. You know, just our supporters, they follow us everywhere. We're just so lucky to have awesome support. But yeah, it was like, we know all the guys. We know how much it hurts to lose too, as well as you know, and both sides came out and wanted to play really attractive rugby, and I think both sides did that. And I don't think any teams let anyone down today.
Well done, very well done.
Thank you.
Was that a bit nerve-wracking today, Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking, but you know, we have a lot of trust in our defence, and we've got a lot of trust in the character in the team too. And we knew that we'd be hard to beat, but also we're up against a really good team. So it could have gone either way, really. It was a great occasion.
It was a great occasion. It was a wonderful final, wasn't it, really?
It was fantastic. I mean, I don't know what it's like to watch, because I don't really enjoy them until I watch the video, but it seemed to have everything, and you know, we're really delighted, because this is the end of 5 months of really hard work.
Yeah. I think during the week we mentioned that it might well come down to maybe a goal kick or some little bit of special magic out there that would win the game today. What was the deciding point, do you think?
Well, no one thing really. I mean, we knew that we had to go through the middle in the second half, otherwise we weren't going to win it, because they were able to fan their defence, and we weren't being effective around the edges really. But once we got a roll on and started going forward, it created a bit of space, and we made a couple of breaks that were critical.
You think, looking over your shoulder there, do you think the players are a bit happy?
Yeah, they're pretty happy, right? I'm just delighted also for the people that came down from the Crusader region to support us, and it's fantastic. It really buoys you when you run out onto a foreign field, so to speak, and you've got all those people there.
Well done, Wayne. Congratulations. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, Tane, it's not much fun being the losing skipper, but really the Highlanders contributed so much out there today, and until the final whistle, you had a chance of winning, didn't you? Always in there.
Yeah, it's been a good season for us, and we asked ourselves before today, have we got another one in us? And we thought we had. Guys gave it their all, but today the Crusaders had the answers to all the questions we asked of them.
Yeah, their defence was extraordinary at times, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they've proved that all year, especially in the last month or so, that you've really got to work your butts off to get some points against them. And we got close a couple of times today, but we just didn't get over the line enough.
And here's the Canterbury Crusaders coach, Wayne Smith, at the final whistle. The pressure was on till the end, then the elation was total. Let's go now to the presentation.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Otago boys. There was a bloody tough game out there, and I think at the end of the day we were very lucky, and it could have quite easily have gone the other way. But thanks very much for the way that the crowd, the support the Highlanders have got here is just awesome. I'd firstly just like to thank our sponsors, DB Draft, North Bank, National Bank, Northspread, MedLab and Nike. Would also very much like to thank our coaches, Wayne Smith and Steve Hansen, our hard-working management of Robbie Deans. Our management's just put as much effort as the players this year, and we thank you very much. Also, we'd just like to thank the support of our partners. The support our partners have given the team this year is just awesome, and we love you for it. It's great. Also, once again, the Crusaders represent the top half of the South Island, with Marlborough, Nelson Bays, Buller, the West Coast, Mid-Canterbury, South Canterbury and Canterbury. And the support that our guys have had all year, not just here, has just been awesome. Not only in New Zealand, but when we went to Australia and South Africa. So we thank our red and black supporters very much for another great year. And finally to our guys, I mean, just so proud of the effort you've put in this year. You've worked bloody hard. And I'll just finish by saying to our guys, we, thanks very much.
So wonderful scenes here at Carrisbrook after this 1999 Super 12 final. And when we return, it'll be with the State Insurance Man of the Match.
Well, all of the Canterbury Crusaders players were candidates for the State Insurance Man of the Match award today, but in the end we had to give it to only one, so we went for a man who had disappointment earlier in the week, missing out on the All Blacks and New Zealand A, and there he is, Reuben Thorne.
Well, Reuben Thorne is with me now, and congratulations, Reuben. I bet you're delighted for the team's effort today as much as your own.
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean, to win it the second time in a row, it's just fantastic. The boys really had to dig deep out there, and it was really a great team effort, like you say.
Digging deep so often, and once when you're over your own goal line, being passed the ball and having to do something with it, that was precious stuff.
Yeah, I thought about kicking it for about half a second. But,
Not even that long, either.
No. But no, I mean, they put a lot of pressure on us, and like I said, the guys really dug deep, and really defended the line really well. Showed a lot of heart.
Yeah, well done. You're the State Insurance Man of the match, and here to present the Phillips Matchline TV set is State Insurance, Jason McCracken.
Well, thanks, John. And Reuben, congratulations, 2 out of 2. You certainly deserve the State Insurance Man of the Match award, a Phillips Matchline tally. We're going to go and watch the game again tomorrow, so well done. Congratulations.
Cheers. And thanks to State Insurance and Phillips.
To the statistics then, the final score up there, 24-19, 2 tries each, possession, territory, penalties, scrums, everything was pretty much even, but right down the bottom there, second phase possession, rucks and mauls favouring the Highlanders by 67-40. That's quite a telling statistic. All right, before we go from Carisbrook, a final comment on the Super 12 final from Grant Fox and Wayne Graham. You first, Grant.
Yeah, I thought the better team won on the day. In fact, the team that's played the best rugby over the past month. They took their opportunities well on the day. Their defence was good. I must say, though, the Highlanders, they had a great season. They can be happy. But I thought they tired perhaps a little bit in the last 20. Maybe that trip from South Africa took its toll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I think the Crusaders proved that they were the best team. That was a very good win to travel down from Christchurch to Dunedin and win that game. But, yeah, the fatigue factor, I think halfway through that second half, the Highlanders just lost it. So, okay. Yeah, good result and great for South Island rugby.
Absolutely. Wonderful final here at Carisbrook.
It's the big game. Rugby.
Play on.
They haven't had a day like this since Auckland came here with the Ranfurly Shield.
Thanks on the
Got the shock of their lives, Grant, when Nelson Bay scored first.
That's
right.
Yours. With the touch, Judge.
Well, Rassie Erasmus getting penalised here for holding on. Plenty of Crusaders players trying to rip the ball free.
They go forward, White. Thank you. You're right there.
The Crusaders finally get the throw in after Merton's missed touch with the penalty. So he's gained about 15 metres anyway.
Remember, the Canterbury Crusaders are the defending champions of Super 12 rugby after their wonderful win over the Auckland Blues last year. There's a knock on. Stop that move.
Forward off rag. White scrum.
After Drotsky, looks like he's heading for the sideline, and Basil de Kooning is going to come onto the field.
White scrum. Oh, mate, I'm sorry. It's one of the backs. We're playing on, guys. We're playing on. Thanks. Janet, play. Come on down. Thanks, West Coast. Come on down. Slow, guys. Hey.
To'U'u receiving attention on the far side, but he's got to his feet now. I don't think he'll want to leave the field on this particular day. He scored one try and had a couple of excellent runs.
No. Wait for me, thanks, wait. Forward. Leave it.
Berryman.
Stay out 3, 9 out. 9 out.
Marshall. McLeod.
Wide advantage.
Van der Walt.
Red Nossett forward, no wide advantage. Scrum, white ball.
Remember that bit of a tussle. Remember at all times that in this last few minutes, as we watch the replay here, and it sort of folds over here, that the Cats are playing with 14 men. Andre Foss is still in our little Sinbin. There he is. And that's his captain. Dougie Hayman's on the field too. Charged down by Bessel. Here's a chance for Hammett. Gardner, that's the goal line behind.
Holding on. Player holding on. Nice release.
Well, the crowd are not happy, but Peter Marshall got it right.
Yeah, so obvious, wasn't it?
Although I've got to say, John, I didn't see much wrong with it. I mean, by the rule book, you know, it was perhaps a bit long, but, you know, the side attacking should get the advantage, and they didn't on that occasion.
So there's James Kerr sitting on the sideline. Looks a little bit happier now when he left the field and was subbed out of the game. It was 31-6 against him. Every player in rugby has a bit of a tough day, and perhaps today is James's. But since then, it's all turned round for the Crusaders, and they lead 44-31, 12 minutes to play.
Last man, wave his hand. Yep.
Touch judge Stuart Dickinson has his flag up.
An interesting variation on the kick by Husselman. Just a little top kick rather than going for the higher one into the box area. As it's referred to on the rugby field, is if you kick down the touch lines.
22 is De Kooning. There's another variation from Husselman straight to the sky, and well done by Caleb Ralph. Now Berryman is going back, and anything could happen with Norm charging around. He's already scored 2 tries and delighted the crowd, but here it comes the other way. Kruger out to Philip Smith, spinning it wide to the captain Erasmus. The Cats are working hard here. Van der Walt, Husselman, Andre Venter, a big hard fend on Marshall, Husselman, Stoltz.
All back. Play that.
Husselman, Van der Walt, Yapi Mulder, Husselman stretches out. He's just short of the paint.
Penalty here, guys, offside.
That's against Andrew Mertens, I think. Just a few moments earlier. And the Cats here, if they score, it'll be an interesting last 10 minutes or so.
Andre Margraf will be happy to see Andre Voss back in the game, so the Cats are restored to 15 aside. Andre Venter just short. Husselman, Buttervessels. Stoltz has got 3 and looking for 4. Andre Voss, big wide ball. Kruger ticked it on. Caleb Ralph, perhaps a runaway. Chester's chasing, but Caleb Ralph. They can't believe it here in Nelson. That's 42 unanswered points now.
Late insurance replay. Well, this is the ball game. The Cats have been punished for some ball maintenance errors in the second half, and there it was there, a pass going to ground, and Ralph has got plenty of speed, chased all the way by Chester Williams. Caleb Ralph always had the angle in his favour, brings it round a little bit closer and dots down.
Well, it's heartbreaking for the Cats. They'd been attacking for so long.
Look at this. Wonderful, wonderful goal kicking today. And it continues from Mertens. And can you believe it? The 50 is up for the Canterbury Crusaders. Big game. Big game.
TONU'U is off the field. Wayne Smith will be happier now, no doubt. The crowd is in rapture here. 51-31. It's So what, that's 45 unanswered points. Not quite so pleasant on the other bench. There's TONU'U, who's had a mighty game. And I think it was Aaron Flynn who went into the match.
And a blooper from the kick-off. The Cats have just blown it here in an awful big way.
Well, I don't know whether the Nelson Bay's crowd should get stuck into the Cats too much. They've been very welcome guests here in Nelson for the last few days. They've thoroughly enjoyed their time, but it's ending on a bit of a downer for them.
Marshall kicks, a running ball, and they swing on to attack again. Aaron Flynn is on right out on the wing there. So here's Kruger, away to Mulder. Trying to run out of trouble. Voss, Hustleman. Crusaders have got it. Mertens, Major.
Leave it wide.
Marshall. There's Flynn. So Flynn and Marshall on the field. That's good to see. Been a great servant for Canterbury and Crusaders rugby. Aaron Flynn.
Pass man. It's okay. I'm running to one player.
Marshall to the 22. Justin Marshall again. Out wide, a loose one. Ralph. Oh, it's a forward pass. Otherwise, Big Norm would have been in for 3.
Crusaders player taken out without the ball.
Yes, it was an early tackle. Flynn, he's a half-back, remember. He gets a good pass away to Caleb Ralph. 6 minutes to play. A 20-point margin to the Crusaders. And they've got Aaron Flynn playing at first at half-back now. But this particular move, Gardner. And it's a try for McDonald. The Crusaders are unstoppable. The game kicked off at 2:30. The Crusaders didn't start till 3 o'clock. And what a runaway it's been since then.
Well, it's all been working in the second half for the Crusaders. In fact, from about the 30-minute mark in the first half, we watched the State Insurance replay. Even passes that don't go to hand, that are juggled, are caught, and tries are scored from them.
And that's 50-0 since it was 31-6. And Mertens, 10 out of 10, top of the class.
Here's the replay from a different angle. Flynn on the wraparound, got in behind. Gardner, who may well have scored himself, bobbled from Sexton to McDonald, and the try.
Robbie Dean's getting a new sheet of paper. There's so much scoring in this match. 5 second-half tries to the Crusaders.
Play it! Stay up, stay up! Leave it wide! Get out of it! Get out of it! Get up!
Farrell, Blackadder, Flynn, Major, Berryman.
The way things are going for the Crusaders, it's a wonder that didn't turn their way for Berryman.
Referee's got his touch judge on. Let's listen.
We're going all the way back up there. Penalty against the red players. The new hooker, forgetting to turn around, Sexton, on the ground, has punched a Cats player way up there. Penalty, yellow card. I go up to the mark.
Can you get his number yet?
Yeah, it's the new hooker here.
Well, the red-headed bloke. Red-headed bloke.
Ready to go.
Just a skipper, please.
Matt
Guys, the
Sexton,
penalty against you
you
back
are
up
in
there.
trouble.
Come here. Mate, you're going to the bin for punching? You're going to the bin for punching.
I punched him.
Away you go. All right, mate, that's what I got. Okay, we're going back to the penalty.
That's on the video.
Mate, I'm sorry I'm going with the touch judge. Well, we'll have a look on the video, but you're going. It's penalty back up there.
Isn't that great? They're referring to the video. We're in the game, folks.
Sexton can't believe it. He doesn't think he's done anything. Touch judge thinks he has. Well, the video will prove it, but for the game at least, Sexton will get a rest for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but if he takes the video, he might get 3 weeks. so he's better off in the bin. Funny old game, hey? But then it's been a funny old game this afternoon.
Stay! 4!
The way it goes to touch. A couple of minutes to go till the end of the game. So what do you make of it all, Grant, this afternoon?
Well, I've got to say, I've enjoyed the daytime rugby. Lots of tries scored. The players get a chance to really show their skills.
Forward. Come across, Red.
Here's the best we can see. It's coming in from the left.
Cross, cross.
That's the Sexton incident. Well, who knows? 22 is Chris Jack, who's on the field. We didn't see him come on, a promising young lock forward from New Zealand under-19 and New Zealand Colts. That's him.
It's 10 metres, guys, on that line.
Yes, he's on. Maxwell is off the field.
Go, yep.
So everybody's getting involved in this romp this afternoon. Berryman and Mulder, two number 13s.
Last man, guys.
Kruka. Yori Kruka. Andre Fenta.
Okay. 16, you went down, matey. You must be up. 16. You went down. It's over here if you want it.
So just a couple of minutes to go as the Cats try to get some points on the second spell.
They haven't scored any points, John, since about the 30-minute mark.
That's right.
Is that centre? Cross, please, last two.
It's been a remarkable turnaround after half an hour. I think it was 29 minutes, wasn't it? Because I remember saying Stoltz had scored 3 tries within half an hour. So from the 29-minute mark, since then, 52 unanswered points by the Crusaders.
Down.
So it's a run a minute since then.
Okay.
In cricketing terms. Dave von Huslin is on.
Lost it forward, no advantage, red scrum. Lost it forward, red scrum.
Well, a minute to go. Crusaders are deep in their own half. They'll stop for an injury break.
Crowd counting down the clock on the ground to 0. They think it's the end, but still a few seconds of referee's time. Not a happy chap, Andre Margraf.
But they played so well in that first 30 minutes. And he must have wondered whether, in fact, it had all come together. But it did, but only for about 30 minutes.
Now, the man on the right is Steve Hansen, and the man on the left is Wayne Smith, and they're all smiles. The coaching staff of the Crusaders. And they've scored a wonderful victory.
Well, the chip kick might be on here. I can see Andrew Mertens having a look. Kruka is very deep. The Cats' backline is flat. And Mertens' fellow backs are very flat with him. So the chip kick may be an option here for him. The game is safe. I'm sure they don't want to just kick it out. They would prefer to attack right to the very end.
Guys, come on.
So this victory is playing the Canterbury Crusaders into contention for top 4 place. It might be a journey to an away game. As we look at the replay of the scrum to see how that happened there, and they folded in on the near side there, and Greg Feek is off as a result.
Slowly, give him time.
And that's good that common sense has prevailed.
Engage.
So we've got Hammett and Somerville back in.
Heads up.
Of course, they're a man down with Sexton off, as has been mentioned.
Hold! Guys. Yes, go.
So away they go from the free kick out to Angus Gardner. And there's Con Barrell. Marshall away to the captain Blackadder. Spinning ball out to Berryman. Berryman sends it wide to Flynn, the winger. Oh, the referee has called it for a forward pass. And I don't think he was on the job that time. Aaron Flynn thought he was away for the try of his life.
You can see it on this replay. It is quite a way forward.
We're not going there.
About 3 or 4 metres. It was a mower width on the grass cut. Come on. That's what those lines are for. That's why the grounds will make patterns for us.
I know, I thought the mower was extinct. Here's Hasselman, chased by Marshall. Chester Williams flicks it in field. Crafts. The Cats are trying to get some dignity back into their game today from their captain, and they have. Rusty Erasmus scores the try.
I'm sorry.
It won't help them much except in the dignity and honour of scoring the last try in the match, and it stops the rout of unbroken scoring. Hasselman chased by Marshall, a loose ball. Chester Williams picked it up and then gave it to the skipper.
And the skipper is very deserving. What a marvellous player he is. Just one of the many, many talented loose forwards in South African rugby. Rassie Erasmus, not looking just to confront physically, but step as well and gets himself over.
So he'll be disappointed the way it's gone. Here's Butta Vessels.
Good kick.
12 tries, a lot of great goal kicking today, and the game is over. 58-38, can you believe it? It's one of the great comebacks of Super 12 rugby. From 31-6 behind, the Crusaders have blitzed the Golden Cats by 58-38. And fantastic result it is for the Canterbury Crusaders. And after all the try-scoring action today, awarding the State Insurance Man of the Match was a tough task, but we give the award to Justin Marshall for the way he sparked so many of the comeback runs today for the Canterbury Crusaders.
Well, the State Insurance Man of the Match here on One World of Sport from Nelson is the Canterbury Crusaders halfback Justin Marshall. Now, Justin, congratulations. I want to ask you a couple of questions. The first one is, how did you feel at 31-6 down? And the second one is, how did you feel when you actually took the lead?
Well, yeah, it was a funny old game, wasn't it, John? In the first half, gee, they threw a lot at us. Their forwards were very good and they scored some great tries, and we were down by a lot of points, but, you know, behind the post, the confidence stayed up. We just knew we had to get our hands on the ball and start stringing some phases together, and we might have a show. And it was great getting our nose in front, and we managed to stay there. Funny old game, but great to come out on top.
Well done on your performance today. Outstanding performance from you and the rest of the team, of course, and you're a State Insurance Man of the Match. You get a Phillips Matchline TV set, and I hope you enjoy that and have a good season.
Thanks very much, John, and thanks very much to State Insurance for the TV. Brilliant.
It's the big game on One World of Sport.
State Insurance, bringing you New Zealand's best players on One World of Sport.